The Dark Voyager is invading Fortnite Save the World. So as you guys know, the Dark Voyager left Fortnite OG's timeline, and we were wondering where did he go this time in any reality across the entire Omniverse, because we thought that he went to Fortnite Reload's reality because the Elite Stronghold is about to be released in 3 days next week on April 20th. Well, it turns out we were wrong because the Dark Voyager went to a reality that we were never expecting him to go to. And that is no other than Fortnite Save the World. That's right, the Dark Voyager is in Fortnite Save the World, which is honestly insane. So if you go to your world map and if you go to one of your missions such as rescuing survivors, and if you look above the sky, you will see the Golden Rift, which is way a lot bigger, and you will see no other than the Dark Harvester looming over the Save the World reality. And you may be wondering, why is the Dark Voyager in Save the World's reality? Well, it's quite simple, really. To search for the final 0-point shard. That's right. The Dark Voyager came to Save the World's reality in order to continue his pursuit for the last 0-point shard. So, there is also one very unsettling thing about the Dark Harvester looming over Save the World's reality. It's just, the thing is not even moving. It's just standing there, looking at you very menacingly above the sky. And you may be wondering, why is the Dark Harvester not actually on the planet of Save the World's reality? Well, there is one reason why. And that's because if you actually look at the world map, and if you back up to see the entire of Save the World's reality, you will see the entire planet of Save the World's reality is almost entirely covered by the storm, created by the last reality when they sent the Storm King to attack Save the World's reality, becoming it unstable. So yeah, that's why the Dark Voyager is not on the planet of Save the World's reality. He's keeping his distance. A very, very far distance. But he is going to still invade Fortnite Save the World's reality by sending his drones to search for the last 0-point shard. That way that once collected, he will return to the Golden Coast with the last 0-point shard in hand and finally repair the 0-point. Because as you know, the people of Save the World's reality don't know anything about the Omniverse, and especially about the 0-point. Because throughout the entire story of Save the World, the people of the Save the World reality have been fighting for their lives against the storm, including its creations known as the Husks. So yeah, they didn't know anything about the Omniverse or the 0-point until now, because 2 people from Save the World's reality has arrived in the Golden Coast, and those 2 is Penny and Jess. That's right, Penny and Jess have arrived in the Golden Coast in order to help us in our fight against the Exalted Ice King and the Dark Voyager. Because if you look at the rivalry roadmap, you will see Jess with Fishstick, Lady Windfrost, and of course the Foundation as well. That means is that the Save the World characters are going to help us in our fight against the Exalted Ice King and the Dark Voyager to save the Omniverse, even though they didn't know what the Omniverse was, because again, they were fighting for their lives against the storm and the creations of the storm known as the Husks. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see Save the World be part of the actual Battle Royale storyline alongside with Fortnite OG as well. This now also applies to Fortnite Reload as well, considering we now know that Fortnite Reload is also part of the story due to the fact we're also getting the Elite Stronghold in 3 days on April 20th next week, which is still amazing to know. So, this is a quite interesting thing to know that finally we're getting another Fortnite reality game mode to be part of the main story of Chapter 7 Season 2 Showdown, which is, again, Save the World, which is very, very unexpected. Because I never thought that Fortnite Save the World was going to be part of the Battle Royale storyline. And look where we are now in the storyline currently involving with the battle against the Dark Voyager and the Exalted Ice King, which is honestly quite interesting to see. So many realities that we know in the entirety of Fortnite's history coming to the Battle Royale storyline, and it's honestly amazing to see. So, with that said, thank you all so much for watching this video. Comment down below what your favorite things to do in Fortnite, creativity by players, Fortnite Ballistic, Fortnite Reload, the arrival of Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 8 OG, in Fortnite Save the World as well. Comment down below what your favorite moments in Chapter 7 Season 2 Showdown, Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 8 OG, and Fortnite Save the World as well. Comment down below what Fortnite theories you want me to cover, and I'll discuss and debunk them by gladly making videos about them. Subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss any videos from me. And it's still amazing that Save the World is now part of Chapter 7 Season 2 Showdown story. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye!